87% of Mars's ocean has disappeared into space. But now the time has come for these oceans to come back again, and the sky of Mars will also turn blue. If no ancient bacteria survives on Mars, it will be sent from Earth to Mars. Elon Musk plans to fire nuclear missiles on the poles of Mars through 40 rockets that meet the surface of Mars. Far away, it will be explored in its atmosphere, and by doing so, the process of making Mars habitable will start. The first step to make Mars habitable is nuclear explosion in its atmosphere. Through this, the ice of carbon dioxide present on Mars will start melting. The atmospheric of Mars is only 1% of Earth's, due to which it is not able to absorb the heat coming from Surat, and the water present on its surface freezes immediately. Not only this, there is so little here that it can also separate the oxygen present in the blood of humans, because of which the death of a person can happen here in just a few seconds. That's why pressure is needed to survive here. After melting this news from the nuclear explosion, the carbon dioxide and water present in it will vaporize and accumulate in the atmosphere, and the temperature of the Mars will also increase from -60 degrees Celsius to around 0 degree, as well as the ice in the underground. Melted water would flow out of the soil and rocks in the form of a river on the surface of Mars. Then when this water will vaporize and give rise to clouds in the atmosphere, due to which it rains here, the rain cycle will start on Mars. The layer of red-colored dust present on Mars will be washed away by the water of this rain. Due to the low gravity of Mars, the rivers here would have been very slow. But after some time, most parts of Mars will be filled with water up to 9 meters, and the first sea here will be ready. 87% of Mars's sea has been lost to space, and the rest is present in the form of ice at its poles. But now the time has come for oceans to come back again. It is accompanied by atmospheric thickening over time. We'll absorb the cosmic radiation coming from the sun, and the sky of Mars will also turn blue now. If any type of ancient marsh these bacteria were alive below the surface, now it will grow slowly and reach the surface, where sunlight, water, and dense atmospheric will help it to spread. By the way, bacteria can survive for years in the dangerous radiation of space. But in spite of this, if any ancient bacteria does not survive on Mars, then some genetically engineered bacteria will be sent from Earth to Mars, which can survive there even in the extreme conditions, and which will grow and spread very fast. These bacteria will help create cracks in the mountains of Mars, form soil, and even more complex organisms such as algae, grass, and trees and plants to grow and survive. Crooked form has been done to a great extent, but oxygen mask will still be needed here. Now it has become a matter of terraforming on Mars, but now it is the turn to set up human settlements here, for which if stars will be sent to Mars, in which there will be no humans but 120 robots, which will be on the surface of Mars. Before reaching humans, he will start the work of building a human colony for them. First of all, these 120 robots are going to build such structures where they can make themselves safe and fueling. In the beginning, the robots must contend with the Mars's dust storms, solar flare hardware, software malfunctions, and the freezing cold of the Mars's Arctic regions. Hey, when you will be able to save yourself from these conditions, then Phase 2 will start. In this phase, robots will take 26 months to build a human colony, and this will be called Robotic Phase of Mars. When these robots will have made Mars habitable, then the work of making human settlement on Mars will start. You robot will first place the structures in Mars's dry head office, which will be a storage garage. Site map will be prepared for drone survey solar building construction in the sky. This carriage-in will protect the robots from the dangerous and cold nights of Mars, which will slowly transform into connected shells to form a circle, and the 3D printed structure will protect humans from radiation by creating a cave-like structure. As the time for the arrival of humans is near, pressurized oxygen habitat models will be kept inside for humans to live. Small robots will fit inside these things, which will work to grow trees and vegetables for humans. Through the Inox robotic system, the middle of each leg will be monitored and tested whether the required nutrients are sufficient or not. Astronauts on the surface of Mars will be made so advanced through genetically engineered processes that they will not be affected by radiation. Asteroid solar comets will be dropped towards the barren areas of the marsh because there is not a sufficient amount of carbon dioxide present on the surface of Mars to completely transform its atmosphere. With the help of ice and nitrogen-rich asteroids, the barren land of Mars will be made fertile so that trees and plants can burn. Mills of superconducting will be laid from north to south direction of Dangal. Just like the internet bus present under the sea of our Earth and then through electrical currents and cables, it will go round the entire Marshall Sur office, whose name is the Follow Lun Project, and its work is to reboot the magnetic field of Mars. In fact, due to the collision of a big asteroid 4 years ago, its magnetic field has been destroyed. This magnetic field protects any planet from Smith's addition and the solar wind. That's why it needs to be brought back again. When electrical current will be sent in their viz through nuclear fusion reactor, only then it will create a magnetic field which will spread to the entire space and will stop the solar radiation and cosmic rays coming from the interior from coming to the surface of the marsh. With the help of you engineer magnetic field, the atmosphere of Mars will reach its final stage, which is the essence of Mars. Awards will also become more complex. Microorganisms, AIAMs like trees, plants, animals, and humans to live on. Talligrades will be the first species of Nangal, which will live naturally on the land there by eating bacteria and lucky. Genetically engineered plants would start growing on the barren land of Mars, after which more complex organizers would be introduced to make the Martian soil even more fertile. Many types of minerals will also be needed to establish human settlements in Mars. As we know that Mars is very close to the asteroid belt, but asteroids are a storehouse of all kinds of valuable minerals. That's why by excavating on such a next road and getting the present here, it can be used in Mark's colonization in future. We do not know whether our future technology will reach us to this point, or how much the human body can be modified so that we can survive on the surface of Mars. But why is making us think of living on some other planet? Actually, we humans have polluted the Earth so much. Its atmosphere is becoming harmful for humans and the temperature of the Earth is increasing. If this continues, then in the coming decades, this Earth will not be fit to live on. Apart from this, there is always a danger of asteroid fatigue, due to which the chances of destruction of this Earth are very high. That is why, to save humans from this danger, they have not dreamed that apart from Earth, a different world will be established on some other planet that is Mars. The world trusts his dream because NASA is also working closely with SpaceX in their smart colonization processes. According to Mace, by the year 2050, there will be a population of more than 10,000,000 people on Mars. But the distance of Mars from Earth is some 620,000,000 kilometers. And to take so many people to Mars, SpaceX will have to work on low-fuel technology. Otherwise, this dream will remain a dream. According to the report given by SpaceX, it is manufacturing a special type of stars, which will be operated from the battery used in Tesla, and this will save fuel. But it will take several 100 years for Mars to become fully ablate. It took billions of years for the Earth to become such a place where trees, plants, creatures, animals, and we humans could flourish. Making Mars like Earth is not an easy task. To make the cold, dry, and barren land of Mars habitable, humans will need a lot of effort and time to breathe in the atmosphere here. Now it has to be seen whether we humans can really establish our colony on Mars, or it will remain just a dream. What is your opinion about this? Do tell us in the comments.